Becky was in a different part of New Florida. She steamed into the tunnel. "It sure is dark down here," said her operator. "We should have our lamp on." "I've got my lamp on," Becky said. And she steamed into the other tunnel. "Here I go," she said. And then she steamed down into the ground. And then she saw an old steam locomotive ahead. It was Venomous Viper. "How have you been?" Becky said. "Oh, I've been punished for a long time, Becky," she said, "because long ago I said bomb in the airport and then smashed flower cars in a diesel tent and a car crashed into a tree, and I chased Lauren and Alexia down the main line at high speed, and I started tailgating, and I was evil. And then Lauren was terrified, and then they steamed faster, and I started following close behind them at high speed. And then we rocketed along, and then Hadley was parked. And then the two engines escaped. So Alexia and Lauren braced themselves, and Hadley's crew members jumped to safety. And then I applied my emergency brakes. And then it was too late to prevent a collision. I smashed into Hadley and came off the tracks, went through a house and into a farm field. The crops were getting ruined, and the farmers were surprised. Sam was horrified to find the wreck so bad, and my evil driver was killed instantly, and the crash was catastrophic while I was on my side. It was awful. Alexia and Sam were worried. It was treacherous. After the story was complete, Becky continued on her way beyond New Florida. She came to a tunnel that led to a place called California. It was dark under the ground, but the train cars clattered on. Then Becky saw the end of the tunnel ahead. She wheezed steam. "Bust my buffers!" gasped Becky. "There's a new set of engines, and I've never been here before." "I'm Becky. What's your name?" he asked. "I'm Whitley." "I'm Lainey." "I'm Neckley." "I'm Lorney." "I'm Wandley." "I'm Nagy." "I'm Zentley." "I'm Hexy." Brody, Lucas, and Wepsy were a team. "Nice to meet you," Becky said. Then a man called Mr. Zapata walked up. "There's an engine called Lori coming," he said. "She's gonna buffer up to your train while you head off." Sounds good, Mr. Zapata, Becky said, and she steamed into the siding. She shunted her tender in over while Lori puffed by. Coming through, she said. She hooked up to her freight cars. Mr. Zapata saw her puff off into the sunset. She was determined not to get bullied by Maladora. That night, Becky went to bed with her new friends. And then Maladora came up with a plan. Here's the plan I want to do, said Slimy Fighter. I'm getting sugar from the store. And then she set off back onto her locomotive while the other engines were asleep in Nothing Sheds, and then she pulled up next to the sheds. Time to feast myself, she said. Then it happened. She punched her foot like, oh my goodness, that woke me up, said Mrs. Berman, and the other engines were surprised. Oh no! I'm gonna put sugar in your gas tank, which would seize you up altogether, she said. Wow! That wouldn't make me work! And she steamed off. And all the engines went back to sleep.